Hello, I am back once again, and today is this Sunday, and today I'm basically doing Wednesday stream because at that point I was picking up my car, and yeah, all that stuff. Then today I was at a friend and we had some phone trouble. Trying to fix that hasn't really been fixed, and now we're basically just had to drive home still. Got home around right before 8. People in the Discord who've seen the message. And yeah. It's a thing. So yeah. I don't know why it's so it sees it as very soft. I don't know why. Oh well. What I'm planning on doing today is just some Derail Valley. Some more train driving, so let's jump right into that then, shall we? Hello as well. With the visuals, which if I go up, yep, there we go. And finally I have my own music. Shut up and video broadcast. I don't care. But I first wanted to do it with USB stick. Because, yeah. But that sort of didn't work. Well, it did work, but I wanted a different USB drive to work. Because the one that I was using is the one I generally use, and I don't want that to be the one stuck in the car. So, what did I do? Also, this is not picking it up. Hold on, why isn't game overlay? Is it a specific window or capture any full screen application? It should captured it. Hello? There it is. Yay. Alright. A hand card here. Because it's the painful save where I don't have anything like a dash which you usually have or anything else. It's just pure running. But nothing's here, so that's sad. Serial clear work train. Hand car. Right now, if I use my scroll wheel, I can just accelerate. And if I just keep accelerating, I'm gonna keep going faster and faster and faster until I launch myself off this corner. I have to really focus on what it's doing so I can achieve higher speeds. Then which way that switch is set? That way. There's gonna be a derailment. Nope, we're going straight on. I guess I can see where the derailment is gonna happen now. No? Fine. Remove it then. Alright, let's see. Yeah, these last few days have been fun. I saw Steam Train yesterday, multiple times. Because it first arrived in my hometown, and then later on we found it somewhere else in the country. Hello.
Are you live?
Yes. Because I didn't do it Wednesday because I had to pick up the car.
Oh.
And I started late because I had to get home still. So yeah. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I got to drive the car some more. Even though it's a very short distance, I finally have my own music in the car. Because the USB drive that I was using, I didn't want to use for just the car, so I thought I'd get another one. That one didn't work because it has corrupted files on it. Ooh, this one is good. Do you have anything else that goes somewhere to the harbor? So currently I'm at Machine Factory. I'm at MF. I'm at MF right here. The harbor is here. There is Sawmill, which is just an... Is that Forest Central? Yes. I could, in theory, do that. Oh, this is a big round. And it's a shunting job. I have to load and prepare it first. Or I do one major haul to the sawmill, which is mainly downhill. Or I do a big load to the steel mill, which is mainly downhill. Apart from this a little bit, but that's manageable with this load. It's gonna remain dry. What are my fees? I have 62 grand. Yeah, eventually, Jim. Yesterday we bought an SD card. 32 gigs, because you need that much space for music. Like, 32 gigabytes is a lot for just songs. I also got my CDs in, so I have the Land Shanties on CD. However, there is already a CD stuck in the player in the car, so sadly, I first have to extract that one before I can shove in any of my own CDs. However, the Land Shanties are on the SD card, so I can it's just hopefully gonna play at some point. Multiple unit, not necessary. I have 60,000. I could, in theory, do Hazmat 1. I'm gonna do Hazmat 1. Progress at least. This one is 18. That one is 31. For a very... I might as well grab it. Hold on. Let me think. So, this part is downhill. This is slightly uphill. This is flat. This is downhill. .5, 3.3, because Sander... Yeah, the repair economy on a DH4 is lower, so I'm just gonna grab a DE2. Yeah, I saw a steam train yesterday, Jim. But like a big one, instead of the small one that runs in the north. And eventually just went around the country a bit. Bought that SD card, which now is actually functional in the car with all the music on it. SD cards aren't really that expensive. Like, I'm not sure why more people aren't using them, because they are like, what, $6 for 32 gigs? Right, which way am I pointing? I'm pointing south, so I'm pointing in the right direction. Drive that one, handbrake off. Lights on. Wipers. That works. Apply 1 notch of throttle. Yeah, I also set 40,000 steps yesterday. 40,000. Smooth operation. The problem I'm now facing is, where are the cars? Like, there, it is 3 trams worth of train load. There, alright. Wee. Alright. I'm still very happy with the car. I finally found how you can change the thing back to either the clock, the like trip distance, like trip measurement, and the odometer. Because the trip one you can reset, and your normal odometer you can't, because this is your total kilometers driven in that car. And from what I heard, actually there was some like classical music in the CD, like in the player. So that makes me think that it was an elderly person who owned the car before passing it on. Which is a good thing, because elderly people don't drive a lot, and when they drive, they tend to drive a little bit either scuffed or careful. Or both at the same time. Like, yes, they drive carefully, but they also drive weird and dangerous. I also have struggles with the car fogging up when it's colder outside or wet. Like, because there's so much glass and you have such clear views, the car just wants you to not see anything until you turn the heater on full hot, full blast. Just you get the car really warm on the inside, because it does get hot. There's really good AC. Which brings me back to a question. When do you want me to drop by to show the car? because it can be during the evening, which might be the best option, to be fair. Because then I know that you'll be home, and I know that I will have time. Like, I will be available as well. Did I put the correct switch? So this is set to there, then this one is set to that one, and that one is set to that one, because it is the end already. Because I don't think it's that much of a distance, actually. Let me look it up. Add stop, remove that, done. It's actually like not that much. You might live closer, actually. Time-wise. Distance-wise, not so much, but it's mainly highway. Although that makes me think that doing it during the week is not the brightest idea. Because, you know, rush hour and everything.
Depends on the time, I guess.
What time are you done, usually?
4.
Same.
I think most companies go to 5, though.
It all depends when you start. Like, in my company, they're really chill about it, and are more like, you just have to work 8 hours, and you have half an hour break as an engineer because you're sitting at a desk. You can get food and drinks whenever. So you don't need that many breaks. If you are working in the actual workshop, then you get more break time because obviously. So they're like, so basically, as long as you're here for 8.5 hours or 8 hours plus half an hour break, just come in somewhere between 6 and 9. Nice. And yeah. Heh. G5 embed. Hello, Gaming Baron. That would, like, at 4 it is kind of busy. Hehe. I'm gonna go transport trams for a lot of money because money is good. Right, everything is set up to get out of here. Like this, like 3 cars worth of trans. Only 87 tons, which is a very light load. 31,000. Hold on, what is 31,000 times 31,000 times 150 is no times 1.50 actually. This is 46,500, which I can earn with this job. Either I, like, if I leave work, wait, I could do it tomorrow pretty much, unless you're not available tomorrow.
I'm free on Monday.
Yeah, exactly. So, because I'm not sure what your travel time is from work.
Like 20 minutes.
Ah. Yeah. So even if you were to both leave at 4, you would still be home quicker than I would have. Like, my travel is 26 minutes from work to your place. So depending on how fast you can bike, I can be at your place quicker than you can. According to law, I can't. But to quote Gravity Falls, which, just a quick disclaimer for Twitch and everyone else, I do not condone any violence or breaking the law, but a quote from Gravity Falls: everything's legal if there are no cops around. But as previously said, I do not condone that. Do not do it. Do not try this at home. It's been a while since I've seen that disclaimer, actually. Probably because I don't really watch those programs anymore. But like the "don't try this at home" thing, which usually relates to, here's some dumb shit that's gonna go down, and it's possible that it might hurt people. Let's not do it. Yeah, we were eventually, towards the end of the day, we were in Rotterdam because why not? Because we wanted to get those 40,000 steps in, right? We just wanted to get those done. And right when we were walking towards the train station, we heard a whistle. At that point, we realized that we had pretty much perfectly timed the I need to get my camera right. The arrival of the steam train with us arriving at the station. And that was pretty nice to see. And also, the steam locomotive is fun to look at. And yes, it did whistle, and for once it didn't jump. They want to go right here. Because, you know, those whistles can be loud. And these ones, like this steam locomotive was big, so you don't have the... Like the small ones usually have a tiny high-pitched whistle, right? Think of Thomas the Tank Engine, those whistles. But this one just had a lower sort of bellowing whistle. You can just hear from a mile away. I guess it's also how a bunch of stories came to be. I feel like, you know, this big metal beast is making a lot of noise. It makes a lot of sound. It just is loud. Like, children don't tend to like that all that much. You know, a lot of sounds and everything. I mean, as a kid, I definitely didn't like a lot of loud noises. Every time I went to the bar as a small kid, they basically had to restrain me because of loud noises near my ear. You know, if those, like, trim things, don't know what it's called in English, but the things that buzz near your ear. As a small child, of course you're gonna panic and be like, I don't want that, but it has to happen. So yeah, and other like loud noises, then it's just as a small child. Your best response is to get away from it. I need to slow down. Oh, I really need to slow down here. Slow, 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 slow. Slow down. Slow down. Oh no. I need to do 30. Right. We're slowed down enough. Let's fill everything up back up with air. I need to brake a little bit more. There we go. You know, you're doing high speeds and suddenly you realize, wait, a 30 zone is coming up. Oh shit, I need to go and slow down. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be driving with my own music instead of radio, which, there's nothing wrong with radio on its own. It's mainly the fact that the signal isn't the best. Like, I often experience for like 90% of the trip just static throughout the radio. And it's really annoying after a while. Like, if it's a little bit of static, I don't mind. But it's just continuous, I cannot really hear anything static. We don't like that. And I want my own songs because the music I listen to generally isn't on the radio. Maybe a couple songs very rarely. Like some Dutch songs or 500 Miles. Also, but yeah. Those, like, songs that are rarely on the radio or not at all. Like, I'm wondering when FNAF music is going to be on the radio. Eventually. I feel like it's at some point gonna happen. I think I took the wrong one. Yep, took the wrong one. Like, this one is going directly to the sawmill.
No, never mind. No, I will spare you this. No.
Why? Is it that bad?
I was about to send you a screenshot and I was like, nah, I'm not doing that to you.
Send it. I want to see. I want to.
Fine.
I want to know if it's going to be suffering or not.
It's, why do people make this?
Yeah, that text. That text really checks out. The text I hated here.
Yeah.
Like, you know when a friend just gets popular, that bootleg AI comes in.
Yeah.
Like, that's
But,
just
like, what?
But in order to keep it distinct, they make it really annoying. But yeah, those AI things, they just hop from one bandwagon to the other. It's just like, what's the hype these days? We'll use those characters. Let it be either the Amazing Digital Circus, the Avengers. You know, as long as it's popular, they're gonna use those characters because those get attention. Like, you have to grab those little children's attention so you can ruin their attention spans, their ability to focus on one thing at a time without having 10 billion distractions. And you just have to give them sensory overload from a young age so they're used to it. Yeah. Also, just to slightly touch on the Charlie Kirk situation again, because he was apparently advocating to was very pro-gun. So does that make him a victim of his own belief? Sort of. Like he believed that we needed guns, but then he got killed by one. Because I do find the solution in the United States for guns kind of funny.
What?
Like, there's a lot of gun violence. What's the solution?
Is this about Kirk again?
Yes. Like, it was
Did
very...
you see what they engraved on the bullets?
Yeah. But he was very pro-gun. Like, he liked the Second Amendment. Which is kind of ironic in that... just... Like, it was very pro-gun. Because I do find the American solution to gun violence incredibly hilarious. Like, how do we stop gun violence? I know. More gun.
Yeah.
Like, how is more gun gonna solve a problem that that's related to guns?
But did you see like the engravings where it was like referencing like a song from Italy from like the fascists when they fought against the Nazis and like a couple of other...
Didn't he write on one of them like, "Hey, catch fascist"? Like, just...
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So something to point out about that is the fascists at the time, right, like the 1940s.
Yeah.
They would not sit down with you and argue about a different worldview. No, you know what would happen if you said if you had a different view from them?
Death.
You were dead. So who's the fascist now?
Also, Gaming Baron has a point. More gun mean more killing, less people for gun, less people, less killing. Yeah. You can't have gun violence if there are no people to shoot the guns. Which is something an AI would come up with. Like, I saw a short about it, like AI would humanity would probably end itself accidentally, possibly with AI, like basically saying stuff like end human suffering, and then it just kills humanity.
The opening of Murder Drones where you see the humans blowing up the planet and just going like, oops.
Yeah. People kill people, yes. But what do they use to kill the people? What do people use to kill people? If you remove that, then there's less chance that people die. I mean, a gun on its own doesn't do much. If I put a gun on unless it's... There is a gun design that is discontinued, obviously, that would fire if it fell. Like, if you accidentally dropped your gun, it would fire. Hammer and stick. Well, to be fair, humans will always find a way to kill. That is true. But if we go back to the days where you'd have to do basically melee battles, which were seen as more honorable, I think some parts still are seen as more honorable than, let's hide behind a bush a kilometer away. Oh look, now you're dead. It's a lot more honorable if you stand face to face. Now imagine two people with sniper rifles standing at like 10 meters apart from each other in a duel. With like full-on 50 caliber sniper rifles. Just... You don't get hit and survive. you get hit and there's a hole in your body. Yeah. I just want to say I find it kind of ironic that he was very pro-gun and for a Second Amendment and everything, and then he got killed by a gun. Like that is just funny to me. Of course the death isn't, because nobody should be killed in that way. Especially, yeah, it's still a human, and especially not with that many people around. Although I think he also said that he wanted children to watch public executions. That was definitely put into practice. Although I don't think it was his intention for him to be the first one. And also with like, that is still the worst part, just with the amount of people around and his family being there. Like, imagine you as a small child, you are just going out with your family, with your mom, your dad, your brothers and sisters, and all of a sudden you're loud bang, and yeah, that, boom, that gone. Yeah. And there's major panic, everybody's running. That's a great way to instantly get traumatized for the rest of your life. At least if you're gonna do it, don't. Communism. I mean, I feel like communism is inherently like, the idea on paper is kind of perfect. Like, everybody has the same, nobody is suffering, right?
No,
but
it just never works.
No, because it's human nature to sort of.
Because I'm not even talking about, the higher ups will still get more money. I'm not even talking about that, because even if you made equal for that, where is your aspiration?
That as well.
Why would you try anything?
Yeah. Why work? You're gonna get paid anyway.
Yeah, why would anyone go through like a schooling that takes like 7 years when you can just, do whatever job and it won't make a difference?
Like, you can just work at a supermarket and you would get the same pay as like a surgeon.
Yeah.
Like, that means that everybody's gonna work at a supermarket because that job is easy, apart from the couple people that really want to do that job.
Yeah.
So you have that, and also
and also for some jobs literally could not exist. Like jobs based off of commission, that would not be possible.
Yeah, that is just gonna, like, if you're gonna enforce that, like, if you don't work, then it's punishment. Yeah, like, that's gonna turn into a dictatorship really quickly, which is bad. What?
The difference between a capitalist and a communist is that the capitalist or the communist reads Karl Marx, and the capitalists understand Karl Marx.
Or sells the books.
Take the money while you can.
Yeah. But the thing is, right, it's also human nature to sort of get more than other people. There's a little bit of, like, competitiveness in everybody. Like, they want, like, you want to have it better and better and better, and you want to work towards that. And if the government is like, yeah, I don't want that, they're gonna be stuck in this same place as everybody else. But yeah, and
And that's not to say there aren't problems with capitalism. Like there are.
oh yeah, like these days.
It's just that communism literally just cannot work.
Yeah, the operation of communism is just inherently flawed, and it's basically doomed to fail from the start.
Yeah.
And also the fact they've tried it within Russia, which was already sort of struggling back then. Just coming out of the First World War.
And then eventually spent all their money on nuclear bombs they never used.
That they still have.
Yeah.
And they're threatening with
I doubt they're the same ones, because I think at some point you gotta defuse them because they like go out of date or anything.
Yeah, probably, but it's
like they expire.
Probably. Like the metal parts eventually rust and everything. Especially Russian grade steel, like that rusts very quickly. But if you make it a dictatorship, that goes wrong very quickly. Like it might go well, like once, but it depends on the person really with dictatorship. If you have somebody that wants the best for his country and just has the power, then it could work, but more often than not, a dictator just wants all the power to himself. Not really. I mean, if half your country is starving, you're doing something wrong. And also, there's only one Steam account in the entirety of North Korea. Like, it's also just like the requirements you have. Like you have to have a picture of the leaders in your house, and it has to be clean at all times. Like, because imagine. Yeah.
Jewel.
Yes.
You always say, like, hell would be worse if it's just minor annoyances.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the play No Exit, hell is a place where you're just with other people that you just cannot. You can't stand.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Shit, we're giving God ideas here.
We're giving everybody minor annoyances.
Soon there will be a 10th circle.
What?
One with minor annoyances and people you can't stand.
Which is basically just you stub your toe every single day. Or you keep forgetting that one little thing that makes you have to walk back up the stairs.
That one dick-ass mosquito that you can't catch.
Yes, or what I recently had is I forgot something 4 times. Like, it was like, alright, do I have anything? Yes. Then I walk to the car. Shit, I forgot something. Then I have to walk back up the stairs. Or take the elevator. And then I grab the one thing, then I walk downstairs again. Shit, forgot something else. I did like 3 to 4 times. Like, that is not good for your blood pressure. Because you're just slowly getting more and more annoyed at yourself. Like, first I got the front for my radio because my mom took it out of the car. Then I forgot because I didn't have the little green card. Which, Jim, is that in your mom's car? Or... Because these days, if you have a car in the Netherlands, right? First of all, it has to be insured, which I did. I still have to get like roadside service done, which is like €10 a month, and then you can just call them, asking like, I've broken down, help. Can you come by and potentially fix it for me? That. And you also have to have a little, like, first it was like a book with information on it in it. Now it's actually just a card, like the same size as a credit card. It's just it easily fits in your wallet, and it has information about your car on it. Like that's which is necessary if you get pulled over or anything like that. But if you buy a car, you won't get it immediately. Like, it has to be sent through the mail. So they give you a little, like, first piece of paper that basically says, I do own this car. The things are on its way. You know, just those little things that are necessary in order to prevent any major trouble within the first few days after buying a car. Well, same with insurance. That can go in the same day or the next day. Like, buying a car is not difficult to do at all. You just pay the money. You can get insurance done very quickly. You just get that first piece of paper, and then you're good to go. Pretty much. And also, the Twingo it does fog up quickly, but like I have to blast the AC at like on full hot just to get it to just be able to see outside. It's sometimes quite annoying because it gets hot in that car very quickly if you do that. It's a small car with incredible AC. But oh well, it's a fun car to drive at least. And depending on, it's also quite environmentally friendly. Because I'm buying a second-hand car, meaning there are no new cars, or there's one less new car on the road, because, you know, I'm not buying one. So that technically means that car doesn't have to be made. And the car is already made and was already on the road. I still think it was owned by an elderly person, considering there's like a CD is stuck in there and there's classical music on that. Who the fuck listens to classical music in the car? Oh wait, Jim, don't you? I'm sure you have some classical music on your USB stick. Can I go all the way to the harbor with my engine off? You know, to save on fuel. But I did download the user manual because I'm not stupid. Actually, I should take a look at that. Especially for the rear wipers. Because I still don't know how to operate those. That's child seat. Well, let me see my speed around this bend, which is 40. That's nice. Switch. Those are fog lights. it's maybe not that smart to look at a user manual for a car while you're driving a train. Slow down. Alright, that is 60. We're almost at the harbor. It didn't take that long at all. Oh, apparently that's how the rear windshield wiper works. I have to push my stalk behind the steering wheel a little bit forward in order to make it act on the rear windshield wiper. And then if I push it all the way, then it will start actually doing the rear washer fluid. I do have a rear window heater. That's very nice to have. Because my windows were fogging up, so I turned it on and you could just see lines forming where the heater was. The driving. Like, we're gonna talk about driving. Oh, they're saying, drive slow. Like, keep your tire pressure correct. Opening your window costs fuel. Yeah, I know. That is a reverse. That is indeed how you operate the handbrake. And no, I don't have quick shift. Comfort. Yeah, it has comfort. Like, it is surprisingly comfortable for a car that old. Let's see, where do I need to go again? G5 inbound. G5 inbound, which is there. Oh, it's that yard. I was gonna say about the AC button. Oh yeah, it's just the AC button. Like, I can turn my air conditioning on or off. simple click of a button. I do not have a sunroof. I do have windows. You have options with a glove box? I don't have a glove box. Although I do have a place to put your ash for a cigarette. Alright, I now know how to make the car go like, because it's a bit of a weird car, you can actually just put the seats like all the way flat. Which means one thing. You can sleep in your Twingo quite easily. You won't have any space for anything else, but you can lay in comfort. Or if you're with somebody else, you can do other things. Maintenance. Where you're talking about the dipstick.
What?
Yeah, maintenance, your oil dipstick. Which you use to check your oil levels to make sure you have enough oil.
You oil your dipstick. Mm-hmm.
Well, it is a dipstick
before you insert it, or
no, it's already inserted into your engine.
Oh,
where the oil is.
That seems difficult, man.
Yeah, but it's a very long dipstick with some curves at the top, so it can actually go into the engine bay. You know.
Well, you do you, man. Like I oiled my sword today. I also put it in the sheath, stay up, whatever, because it's like getting wetter outside, so like, you might want to put it in there.
So you oil your sword and put it in a sheath?
Yes.
Sure.
Also for your chat, yes, I do own a sword.
He does.
It's not sharp. I could make it sharp, theoretically. And I probably will get a sharp sword at some point. Because the one I'm kind of looking at doesn't come unsharpened, so...
Wait, where's the jack? Oh, I still have to check if I have the jack.
I'm also very much debating with myself, learning how to use them.
Yeah. Also,
because I think it would be fun, and also I do need to I need to move more.
You need to be more active.
Yeah.
Well, I did 40,000 steps yesterday. My feet hurt now. Like 40,000 steps. If you say a step is like 1 meter. Well, let's take the smaller steps. Let's do 0.7. So you do 40,000 steps, if I turn my calculator. 40,000 steps. You do it times 0.7. You're walking 28 kilometers. Those are a lot of steps. A lot of... Yes.
For Dex? What do we for Dex?
Nou, mama zegt tegen mij van dat ik mijn deks naar mij uit zijn bed moest trekken, zeg maar.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit,
Maar
oh
daar heb
shit.
ik niet zo erg tijd voor, want ik moet hier weg.
Oh no. We have a runaway train. Luckily it's idling, so it's gonna Why is it stopping me from running? This is an issue. We are facing a runaway train. Shit, it's fast as well. This is a problem. Like, I don't have a dash. Like, that's a danger of not having a dash. With a dash, you can just spam F, and then you're there. But I can't do that. Well, luckily, it's eventually gonna come back, right? Like, it's idling, so if it goes around a corner, it does lose speed.
Bush,
Yes.
you have a car.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning,
Morning.
can you come over here and start full-on knocking on the window outside? And wake my brother so he gets to go to school.
Preferably on his window.
Well, unless you want it to happen at like 7:30.
Yeah,
No, wait,
that's fine.
Then still no, because it would be a massive detour and I would be slightly later at work and I don't want that because I'm gonna leave at 4. Also, I could just go, like, I could go honking, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm not an asshole. Alright, I am almost at the train again. This is sort of perfect, actually. Come on, come on. We're almost at it. We're almost at it.
Set my freaking alarm for a free day.
Yep.
I mean, it's normally already set, but whatever. Actually, I'm gonna change what I usually have it set to. I'm gonna change it to like the half pause.
Like, I was not doing an insignificant speed. Yeah, wasted Triz. I am doing a painfully difficult... Like, I'm doing a difficult playthrough. It's a custom difficult where even if I press... Like, I'm currently spamming the F button. And I'm not moving because I turned it off specifically because I wanted to suffer. So if I fall off my train and it's running away from me and I'm still on the throttle, it's gonna end up in a ditch somewhere. Instead of being able to spam F and get back on there, I can't. I also made everything expensive. The only thing I kept
like
is
real life.
Yeah, the only thing I kept is the remote signals because I'm not gonna suffer that much.
Wait a minute. You like to suffer. Didn't continue playing Elden Ring with me.
Yeah, because this is suffering as in more difficulty and more... just more careful, not just... an instant high skill floor, basically.
It really isn't. If you're patient, it really isn't.
Yeah, sadly I don't have the patience for that. Is that what
Okay.
a fuse box is?
You will play an randomized, like an enemy randomized with me at some point.
Isn't there a Souls-like Chained Together coming out eventually?
Yeah. We will also do that.
Like, I can get behind that purely because that is a lot of... That just seems like a lot of fun considering I'm just gonna be the one bothering you Well, you're doing all
I'm
the work.
surprised Yora was ready to play that as well.
Yeah, but that's just because it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Hold on, when
together,
does that
so...
game came out? Hold on, let me check.
Alright, let me
It was on
quickly...
Steam, right? Yeah, it was. Wishlist.
So,
Oh, dude, it's so weird to go to my wishlist and not see Silksong all the way at the top.
yeah, apparently a lot of Twingos can break down almost. If you have, like, a shunt a little bit and your car's damaged.
2026.
And... yeah, there's like a fuel cutoff switch that turns on with impact. So if you have... ooh, the moon. So if you have a major impact somewhere, or, you know, stuff can happen. Nice, still within the time limit. Where's my 40k? There it is. Then you can actually suffer from a non-running car. And that just means that you have to flip a switch. But if you don't know it, you're just gonna think, oh no, my car's completely broken and it's gonna need repairing.
And I just think it would be funny to do. I mean, I want to do an enemy randomizer for Elden Ring at some point anyway, but I think it would be very funny since you also have the game to just drag you down with me.
What with
And I will turn on that enemies can turn into bosses.
you know, I'll just immediately die.
So will I. It'll be fine. As long as we don't run into, like, Melania. Or Rolana.
Right, we
Or
have
Moog.
a
Or
DH4.
Radon. So long as that first enemy camp doesn't become, like, a bunch of dragons. We'll be fine. Here's the thing, though. I can also then turn on the setting that bosses can become normal enemies.
Imagine the
Which means
tutorial
we
boss.
could then potentially walk into the market arena. You know, the one we spent like an hour on last time.
Yeah.
And there's just like a crab just like sitting there, you know?
Yeah. Like just the most basic enemy, like the tutorial boss you're supposed to lose from. Imagine that. But with
Yeah, it just becomes like I don't know, a fucking
like a
like
very
one of those peasant enemies. I don't know what they're called. I think they're called nobles. Like just one of those zombie dudes that just does nothing.
yeah. And you just fight that
Dude, okay,
one.
so you know how in Elden Ring you can get summons, so you can get like pretty much every enemy as a summon for you.
Yeah.
You can get that noble as a summon. They're like the old looking zombie dudes that like have a little magic wand, and like every like 20 seconds they might swing it and poke you with a stick, right?
Yeah.
You can get him as a summon. That shit is so worthless. If an enemy is too big, he'll just turn around and run away and cower in fear.
This one I can't do. This one is also Hazmat 2, which I don't have. This one is Hazmat 2, which I don't have.
Yeah, what's stupid about that is like, you have a spell, you have a magic, you can shoot a projectile, what are you afraid of?
For South, I'm going to Steel Mill, possibly. Right, here are our options for this trip. I have 64,000. Let me just So that licenses. Let me just straight up get concurrent orders 2 real quick. It is gonna cut down on the time bonus, but I don't care. Yeah, we have these 3, and then we have these 3.
You
Yes.
have those hats. You have like top hats, which are
Yes.
like kind of straight, but then you also have like the hats that are like sort of like a half bowl with a rim. What are they called?
Bowler. Aren't they called bowler hats? Like, actually?
What?
Let me
Really?
hold
on.
on, let me look that up.
Bowler. Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm not that stupid. Although my camera keeps wanting me to
What?
go down. Oh, I guess I'm looking down. Right. Let me actually look at the stats for the DH4. Also, apparently
For
Twitch
some reason, my brain is like a doctor would wear that. Wait, surely those exist in the Victorian era, right?
So that's...
Oh wait, oh, was I talking about a fedora? Wait, what's a fedora then? Fedora. Oh, okay, it's also a Linux thing apparently.
Apparently, I can't connect to Twitch chat. And refreshing the page doesn't do anything either. Yeah, Discord says I'm connected. Now, let's do some math here. Now
Yeah, okay, that is in Victorian era. Okay.
261 add 7378 add 24507. Then we have a total of 38,000, 30,500. And it's 300 plus, it's just over 450 tons. And I feel like the Wi-Fi just went. Hold on. Yeah, it should still be there. There we go. Apparently my entire PC just sort of shat itself. Or not entirely, like my Wi-Fi. So yeah. 8557, and then we add 14,466, which is 43,000. And the weight is 5,600 already, 700 tons. Ah. Well. Do I dare to go above the weight limit of the dry? Or do I stay under it, play it safe, and go a little bit further? This is more money. $400. What if I do this? Like, what if I, and hear me out on this one, I go up here, go into here, turn around here with dropping that goods factory load off, then going all the way around, and then all the way up here, and then drop everything off here. Or I just go here to goods factory. I'm tempted to go to the goods factory with the 426 and a 180. I guess that is only 1,000 less, and it gets me to a new location quicker. So I'm actually just gonna do that. No, yeah, I also turned sleeping off. Like, you want to sleep? Well, you're not. Yeah, Jim, what I might do then tomorrow, depending on... Well, it could be. Like, could just make a detour past your house to show the car. Because it's a pretty fun... it's a weirdly fun vehicle. Like, I have heard a couple people say, like, it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. But it's kind of... There's something magical. Alright, what loads do I have? Empty cars and containers. There's just something magical about having to go through all 5 gears just to get up to speed. Like, there's something about that, where you just have to keep pushing the car just so you can leave. Well, nothing that I have to transport is right here by the looks of it. Or is it? 62
What
and
was
15.
that?
What?
Oh my god. Joe?
Yes.
Apparently, that.
What that?
That.
What? Specify that.
I sent you an image.
Oh.
Alright, you don't get a notification because you're streaming. Yeah, I sent you an image.
Ugh.
People cosplay that shit.
Why is the neck so long? Like, that is just...
I don't think the neck is long. I think you're supposed to tuck that into the collar. But I think it's just presented this way for some reason.
Well, let me tell you, it's presented very wrong.
Yeah.
62. Alright, 62 is right here. And I have to... I'm gonna go up here. Oh boy, here. Are we gonna go again?
What, your internet?
It's saying connecting to chat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it just had a little shitting of itself, and now I think it's having a little shitting of itself again. And I don't know what is happening. I'm not dropping frames. OBS is saying we're running properly. Like, everything indicates that there should be no trouble at all. Yet I just dropped out of Discord and Twitch for a second.
You are here.
I don't think my stream ever stopped. It's just that my PC...
No, I don't think it did.
No, my PC is just... Oh well, here we go. That did not give you any visuals. Thanks, Twitch. Like, if I refresh the page, it does nothing. If I look up the word speed test and run a speed test, then it does work properly. Like, the upload is fine as well. The download and upload are fine. Even Google says that your internet connection is very fast. Like, it should handle everything. Yet, it isn't handling shit. Like, I know I've had Wi-Fi troubles before, but... yeah, my connection is timed out. I now can't see chat. If I said try again... like, am I gonna get kicked out of Discord as well? Right, 2 and then a yellow one, or a brown car. That one, I think. I guess I'm gonna have to ask if other people are struggling with internet connection as well. Oh, now it's working again. Like, this time I didn't even get kicked out of, yeah, if worse comes to worse, yeah. But... yeah. Picture good. Shouldn't have talked about car driving, but yeah. I can only see that message right now, but like, the stream is perfectly fine, it's just that I don't have visuals sometimes. Like, it just put all the messages at once because it couldn't connect. Oh well. If it breaks down once more, I'm just gonna change the thing to OBS. Yeah, with stick shift, it is fun to drive manual and just... and you can have smooth... like, I've had very smooth accelerations out of first gear. Like, I still have a little jerk when I shift a second. But... and I sometimes still stall my engine, but that's... just beginner man. Like, I've only had my license for a year, so I see it as still a pretty new driver. Like, I think it's like over a year, coming up to... well, I've got it in on... like, coincidentally, I got my driver's license on the 4th of July. Like, if I look on my driver's license, it actually says 4/7/2024, I think is when I got it. Yeah. Well, that's a funny thing as well. Like, I own a first generation 2007 Renault Twingo. It's French, so it has a nice amount of roll to it. But I can kick that little shit through a roundabout, like out of a roundabout, at 50 kilometers per hour. Like, I just apex the end of a roundabout. It is funny because then you look, like, I had a van drive behind me at that point, and I just left that van in the dust. And because it was a road where you were allowed to do 80. Yeah, Spinner Tornado, hello, and yeah, that is true. Like, French cars can be described as unique. And I'm all here for it. Alright, now let's notch that a little bit. Yeah, I hope. Like the Twingo EV styling is something I can get behind. Like for some reason, Renault is really good as a car company with their retro move. Ford is doing it as well, but they've ruined it with the new Capri and Mustang basically being garbage.
Right.
Like
No.
they've turned, yeah,
You like Scotland, right?
yeah. Why?
Give me a British name.
I have no idea.
First and last name.
Wait, I need to go the other way. I need to turn around.
For a doctor.
I have no idea. I'm not good with names.
No, neither am I. That's why I'm asking. Chat. Chat, do you know a British sounding name for a Victorian era doctor?
Yeah, like Renault. Is it perhaps a Renault 5? Like that's what my mind immediately springs to. Retro, like it can be either an old Renault 5, but I think it's probably a new Renault 5 EV, which is kind of cool looking. Because that's what Renault is doing. They're taking their old models, keeping the styling, adding some new to it, so it looks good. Question?
Yeah, the name. A British Victorian era sounding name for a doctor.
You have
That was
Google,
the
right?
question. I do. But I also have your chat.
Exactly, that was my answer.
That was unfortunate. No, neither are we. Bush is probably the closest.
Just because I'm a ginger doesn't mean that I'm Scottish.
No, but you are the closest.
And I've been there a couple of times, but
No, you could be Irish.
fair enough. Like I kind of at some point want to do those tests where they show you where you're coming, what countries and everything you're from. But from what I've learned, the companies that do that kind of sell your data and thus your DNA. Yeah, those. Well, the Charger EV, I think they're bringing back the V8s in the Charger because they realized their mistake. And also, funny thing about the Charger EV, it's too loud. Their artificial engine noise is too loud. People are actually getting fined for a loud exhaust. Yes. Jim, do you specifically need Scottish or just British in general?
It's just British.
My mind went to Clifford.
Is that a first or a last name?
It's like, well, I think it can. I think it's a first name.
Well, it's a last name now.
I guess.
What is going on in your chat? Google says to leech and saw, but what is that?
Yeah, if you look at Victorian era doctor stuff, then you get that probably.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
But yeah, like
yeah, if you wanna know about a fun story about Victorian era doctors, look up the story of the Hunter brothers.
Do we need to give a disclaimer with that?
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
Other than that, they may have killed people.
Yeah, spinner tornado. It is.
In the name of medical study.
It is pretty much like the V8s, apart from Ford, are pretty much dead. And I don't think EVs, like battery EVs, are the future because infrastructure's not there. And also the life expectancy of an electric vehicle is just bad. Like if you have an EV, there's a great chance that there will be it will be dead within like 5 years. You have to replace the battery and everything. Same with phones. Meanwhile, my car is from 2007, so it's 18 years old at this point. I think. Yeah, but I mean the range will eventually reduce. Like that is a thing. Of course, with any car the range reduces because of that, but with also with EVs the range is sort of reliant on a lot of temperature. If you're in a really cold climate or really hot climate, batteries will just last shorter. Yes, you can have cooling systems or temperature systems to keep the batteries at a solid temperature, but those cost electricity as well. And also the thing with EVs is everything costs incredible range on some cars. Like, you want to get a lot of range, turn off all your like lights, AC. Yeah. Like safety in cars also went up, and I think it's also partially the people that buy the cars. It is considered dead. 80% of its capacity. So if you have, let's say you have like 300. Hold on. Let's say you have like 400 kilometers worth of range. You did the times 0.8. If you only have 320 kilometers worth of range at max, then your battery is already considered dead. Meanwhile, if a car does that, there's probably a fuel leak somewhere. If an actual combustion engine does that, which is easily fixable. Yeah, as for the Charger and Challenger, it's also the crowd that buys it, or the target audience. Yeah. Like if you have a bunch of criminals buying it and you have just bad stuff, like your car just gets a bad rep. That bad rep continues to go deeper and deeper. It gets ingrained into society. Like people that, like here in Europe, in the Netherlands, if you see a Hellcat or like a Dodge or anything like that, like a muscle car, it can be a safe assumption that the owners is either rich or an asshole or both. That's one of the two. And of course, that's also the same goes for Teslas. I've already figured that one out on the road. Yeah, like EVs are getting more popular, but battery EVs are just... It's also a big tax on the electrical grid that is currently not up to spec in most places. Yeah, if you go to like Norway or any other decently populated thing, because I have seen a thing about Toyota, which of course it's a Japanese company. They tend to think decisions through a lot. They are really continuing their combustion engines because they've realized that even though we here in like the Western Europe, the United States, you have a little bit. Yeah. Like, sure, it is workable, but if you want to have a car for a longer period of time, you need to make those batteries swappable with some ease. That would also get rid of the, like, I think in China they're doing it a little bit. Yet Toyota realizing that we here in, like, the first world countries and everything. Yeah. But Toyota is realizing that the third world countries, or like parts where electricity isn't readily available, which are some places, combustion engines still rule. Yeah. Like, there's such a thing as too much power. Like, I have 58 horsepower. Maybe. It's probably less after 18 years, but it's still incredibly fun to drive. Like, start with a slow... Like, if you're planning on driving cars and everything, buy a slow car first. That really learns you how to drive, and it's a lot more fun to push it to highway speeds. Because, yeah, I have the date on which my car's produced, like, on a tag, and it says the 26th of April 2007. Like, the car is 18. It's legal now. Also, there's an ad coming up. I say that right before the ad starts.
No, shoot, not the ads.
I already snoozed it for 5 minutes. Which you can do on Twitch. You can actually snooze an advertisement.
Wait, I'm a moderator. Can I snooze ads too?
Possibly. You'd have to see in an hour.
What do you mean an hour?
Because they only run ads once an hour.
If so, I'm gonna keep snoozing them forever.
You only have 3 times per stream.
Oh.
And each snooze is 5 minutes. You can only snooze for 15 minutes.
Oh. Oh, we're back. Apparently.
Yeah, to me it still says ad break ends in 2 minutes and 8 seconds, but I have learned from people and experience that the 3 minutes worth of ads, which would disable pre-roll ads and give you more money from Twitch, which is just an added just like an added bonus to me, isn't even the full 3 minutes worth of ads. It's just maybe like 1 minute. Yeah. Like, it also depends on the car itself. Like, that's still a major thing that you need to take into account, because reliability is dependent on the car. Like, some cars, like Volvos, Toyotas, and other brands like that, are known for their reliability. Like, they are known as cars that can just go on forever if you treat them right. Meanwhile, some other cars, mainly French cars, some BMWs, are more... I guess you could put it into 2 sort of categories. You have the categories with cars that are built with lack of maintenance in mind. I mean, let's say with Volvo and Toyota and the Japanese. And they have cars like BMW, Mercedes, which take maintenance, like they require maintenance. And that, if you build it with maintenance in mind instead of the lack of maintenance in mind, that's where you get the shift in, oh, these cars are unreliable. Like, after a while, people stop caring for them. Like, a lot of people don't really care for their car. It's like, I drive this, I take it to it for yearly inspection once a year. You know, yes, but it's not entirely no speed limit, and maintenance still exists. So most of the time, you might get through a little bit of high speed, but overall, it's also not economical to do that at all. Like, it is, of course, way more efficient to drive at slower speeds, at low revs, instead of revving the nuts off of your sports car to, you know, get somewhere quicker. I need to get onto these cars. Where can I get onto them? There we go. But it's, yeah, like, there's such a yeah. Like, I've looked in through my owner's manual that I had to look up online, and I figured out that my oil will last me either a year or 30,000 kilometers. There are currently 133,000 kilometers on there. So either by the end of this year, I feel like, or at 155,000 kilometers, I'm going to replace the oil. Put a new filter on it and everything. You know, do the basic maintenance. Like, maybe change the air filter a little bit if it's dirty. Stuff like that. And if I do that either every year or every 30,000 kilometers, I think a year is probably going to be the main thing, because I drive on like 20,000. Like, that car will be a lot healthier. It will last a lot longer. Also, wasted triz, what do you want to type? Because I do see 3, Wait, Jim, can you see the message?
Yeah, I see the 3 things.
Oh, you don't see the message itself. Huh. Yeah, those are my rules then being enforced.
Maybe they just, I think I should be able to see it if I click their name.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a link.
Links don't really...
Okay.
Links don't work in my chat because...
I
safety.
wonder if I can still somehow see it. I don't think so.
Because, like, even though I'm sure the link is harmless and everything, there are a lot of people that just, like, you get spam links with viruses, all that stuff. Yeah.
Look, here. This is how you can get a link in your chat. There.
Yeah, but that's because you are allowed to with being a moderator.
Oh no, I didn't even do anything.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's because it's a bot. Yeah, battery electric vehicles, they are less maintenance intense because, of course, there's less moving parts, but there is sadly the culture of planned obsolescence and everything, with the EVs basically, with the support not being there to do stuff yourself. It is also a little bit more dangerous, because if you work with high voltage stuff as like a hobby person and you just make a slight mistake because you didn't take the power off of the car, then you just shock yourself, which can be fatal and will leave you vulnerable to lawsuits as a company, because, you know, your car killed someone while they were doing maintenance. That's bad. We don't want that. Meanwhile, combustion engines, if they don't make noise, they're turned off, which means that it's safe to work on them if they're cooled down, of course. I have seen a couple videos of people trying to open their radiator cap when the engine's hot, which means there's pressure on the system. You can imagine what happens if you open up a system that's pressurized all of a sudden. I'm not sure if that actually has happened, but it's human nature. It is eventually gonna happen by some hobbyist just trying something. Like I hate to say it, but the best safety against that would be to put a special key on, like, those connectors, or like access to nuts and everything. Yes, but that's pretty much or if they catch fire, but that's pretty much because they're difficult to extinguish. Like that's one of the big problems with battery EVs. Their difficulty of extinguishing them once they're lit. Because usually it's a cell that is on fire, but because of that high temperature that it has, the cells next to it start to burn. So even though you think, alright, we've extinguished the fire, then the next cell in the battery pack goes up in flames, and you have that chain reaction going for up to 3 days. That's why, at least that's what we do here. If an EV is on fire and it is extinguished, they basically have to submerge it for 3 days. And that happens with my dad. That happened with my dad's car. It was parked in an underground parking garage, and an EV caught fire on the floor above it, which is still underground. So yeah, so it's a lot more difficult for a big fire truck and everything to reach that. I mean, of course, if an internal combustion engine vehicle gets set on fire, it is the same thing. But with the 3-day submerging period to prevent any reignition, you basically have to get a burning car out of a underground parking garage, and that's difficult, that's dangerous. Meanwhile, you can extinguish a normal car, combustion engine car. So it's also a little bit of safety. Like if your EV is out in the open and it catches fire, it's easily extinguishable. Put it in a container full of water, done. But the safety and reignition of stuff is just where the danger's at. B3S, D5 inbound. Yeah, that's why it's a little bit considered a big deal. Like, it's not new technology. I know, like, in the early days of the car, like the actual, like, 1920s, like 100 years ago, they already had EVs. Like, they already used batteries for it. But then the combustion engine took over. Or I don't know why, but eh. And then that went on, and now we're getting back into the battery electric and or possible synthetic fuels or hydrogen. Although hydrogen is a lot more inefficient, because you have to first use electricity to turn water into hydrogen, and then use that hydrogen in another system, either in a fuel cell with converter to get the electricity back, or in an like a modified internal combustion engine, which I think is actually possible. Yeah. But like the first actually like battery electric vehicle is way older than that. And also the image of battery electric vehicles is just like, it got a really weird and bad image in like the early 2000s. Sort of this like Greenpeace, save the planet type person that people found annoying. So And also they thought it was, of course, people thought it wasn't masculine enough because, you don't have big engine that just screams I'm compensating. Yeah. So we're basically seeing the same thing with EVs now, where you first had range anxiety, like in the early 2010s, you had major range anxiety. And now it's pretty much like, oh yeah, I have to recharge. That's also the thing why some people don't want an EV. It is because of the long charging times. It's a car, like, these days, if you have the right charger, which is also a problem, that's a long train. Like, you can get the, yeah, it's a reliability of chargers and the speed of said chargers, because some are not fast at all. Like that's a problem. Like it can say, like, you're like, oh yeah, I can charge here and I hopefully be done within half an hour. But then it's gonna take 4 hours to charge it, because it's an incredibly slow one. Meanwhile, with your internal combustion engine, you just have to look up, like, is the correct fuel here? Yes, it is. Alright, we're refueling with that. And then you just spend 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, like, that as well. The infrastructure for EVs just isn't there yet to make it viable for the average person. Of course, if you get a company car, they want you to drive hybrid or fully electric. Yeah, because I'm with the apartment that I live in, there are no charging spots nearby. Like for me, an EV is not an option. I would have to go hybrid, at least, preferably not plug in, because I have nowhere to plug it in. Apart from at the company, but I sometimes have to go from the company to a workplace, That is also a danger then. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with the charge time of an EV, especially if the battery is low, is just long. Yeah, like, just make sure that everything is functional. Like, make sure you can charge your electric vehicle before you take it on a road trip. That sounds pretty obvious, but some people just don't get it. Great, 2.2. Yeah, you can charge at home, but if you take a road trip and you can't really charge it, then you have problems. Yeah, also, just the charge time is long. Like if you just use it for work and then to go home again, like you can just pretty much charge it every other night or every night depending on your distance, and you'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about at that point. But if you're in
What the
if you
fuck?
have to do long distances, like if you're going on vacation, then of course you're not in a hurry, but If you have to do long distance, you have to spend like an hour, maybe 2, waiting on chargers every day. Meanwhile, your internal combustion engine can just splash and just go within like 10 minutes if it's not busy. If, of course, you're gonna go for an internal combustion engine, at most you'll go for. Oh no, it's raining. Like, at most you'll go for a hybrid at that point. So you can still drive some electric, but mainly combustion engine. Which is probably when I get a company car, I'll probably end up with. Wait, we fuel slip? Where's. There's my sander. Right. Yeah. I have to get my sander on. I don't think we'll make this, actually. Yeah. Yeah, at some spots you just can't really get to anything. Well, let's hope I can maintain this speed without wheel slip. It's also using a lot of sand. If I run out of sand, I'm dead on the hill. I mainly I basically have 2 streams a week, which I'm currently struggling to keep up because work. Trying to get back to the schedule, but eh. But I basically have a stream on Wednesday, which I moved to today because, yeah, which is variety content. Currently it's Derail Valley, but like a couple weeks ago I was doing Factorio, or sometimes I play War Thunder. That's my variety day. And on Friday I do Stormworks. Which Chris, thanks for follow. Thank you. I do Stormworks on Fridays. And I'm trying to stream for like longer than 2 hours, but especially on Wednesdays and right now as well. Like I might be able to stretch it to 2.5. Can I lower the sand? I can lower the sand. Can I turn it off? I can, yes. That's gonna save money. Have a nice day. Waitress. See you at some point. Nope. Whee. Let me turn the wipers on fully. There's a switch. Oh no, I'm stalling. Rain, I curse you. There's a +1 there. Great. How long is this rain gonna last? Because I don't like the wet tracks. I also should upload VODs. I guess if I upload a lot of them today, I can schedule them for the next couple of days. That means we'll go to bed quite late, but yeah. How am I gonna solve? Like, I'm running 180 at 426, so I'm just over the 600 ton limit of a 2% dry. But I'm 106 tons over the 2% wet. And guess what it is right now? Soaking wet. I'm actually gonna have to wait out the rain in order to actually leave right now. There goes my time bonus. Like, I think I'm right here. Yeah, I'm right around this area. So let's check the switches here. One is set to that, that one is set to that. So switches are all set. Red rain seems to be slowing down. Let's wait for it to get to dry again. I do not know how long that will take. Because I don't have a clock in my inventory. Pretty much pointing north. So yeah, we're right around this area. We're right before the switch there. Like, the switch is after that corner. After that less incline bit, you know? I guess what I could do is... And let me show. Like, I'm currently right here. What I could do is uncouple the 2 bits of train. Then power through here. Then drive, switch back through here. Pick up the other bit. Drive that here, here, and here, because this will be the front of the front will be facing this way. Then this way, picking up at the front here. I guess, how am I gonna do that then? I would have to push it all the way up here. Probably pause that point actually, because then I can go back, then go back again, then pick it back up and drive all the way. I guess I could try and start it again. No, it doesn't do. Although the rain seems to slow down now, again. Yep, I'm over halfway through my sand. Okay, there's barely any rain now, so it's almost dry. Why does phone vibrate? I don't care about that. But I think the rain is almost stopped. But I think it has actually stopped now, which means I should be able, in theory, to get up this hill. So I start my engine again. I apply power. I apply set. What if I roll back a little bit? What if I just roll back a bit and try it again? Just until I see the 2.2 sign, or was it a 1.9 sign? Oh man, I could actually look it up. Derail Valley. Where's the sign? There it is. Incline map. Right, let's stop completely and try to do another hill start here. Oh, shush you. We have forward movement again. We don't have a lot of sand left. So we really have to push through this now. That's 1.9. I should be able to do this. And turn right on, no. So it was just the rain that was bothering me that much, I guess. seems to pause the worst bit. But now I'm stalling out again. Yeah, see, there's more wheel slip there. You know what? Brakes on, throttle off, engine off, everything off. Because we're almost out of sand. Of course, it's nighttime as well, so where's my flashlight? So, this is the plan. I'm gonna uncouple it here, apply some handbrakes first, as customary, because handbrakes keep the train from rolling away. Apply 2 of them.
Film theory is lying.
Why?
He just called the archangels some of the strongest angels.
There we go. Right now we're now very light, so now I can leave with this load, which means that I can.
Fun fact about the archangels: they're actually some of the lower ranking angels.
Don't need speed, next signals, 700 yard, delay junctions. Alright, now that I've disconnected that, we're gonna start again, and because we're running incredibly light, I think I'll pull away with very little use of sand here. But I want to turn the sand off as quickly as possible because I'm almost out. Right, that is fine. If I can do this without sand, it's fine. It is just because I'm running with 180 tons. But if it's already struggling this much to get up the hill, I'm almost out of sand already. Will I even be able to make it? I might just have to abandon that one middle load. So if you look up at a map where I am right now. Wait, if I go pause the I have an idea what to do here. If I go pause the switch here, back it up into there. I hope the train isn't too long to do that. Or I park it up here and then park that one up there, and then park that one there, then take this one. Back there. Really have to do some gymnastics to get that to work. Or I just leave that job behind, take the L, because this job will give me 12 and this job will give me 14. 14 plus the time is 21,000. So I might just have to take the L and just earn less. I think I'm gonna do that for my ease and for the rest of your watch stuff. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and waste a little bit of money trying to get to the goods factory. Because DH4 sucks. Like, it's bad on fuel. It's you burn almost half just to get to here. Still have to do this distance. Like, that is still an incline of 1.8 instead of 1. But now I'm at least up to speed. So we're running a lot lighter now. Probably do some shunting jobs to make up for it. Oh well. Yeah, today was a fun day. Woke up, went to a friend, had some fun. He wanted to clean the car, but couldn't. Bless you. And yeah. Also, yesterday we were on the train, and if we're going to use the intercity direct between the airport, like Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, and Rotterdam, or from Amsterdam to Rotterdam, we usually play Uno. Because it's just a great time killer. However, we sort of had too much. We had too little time to kill. Because we had problems with. We were about to arrive, I think, in Amsterdam again. And we usually play with the rule you have to pick cards until you're able to play. Just the way it works with Uno online. Like if you have the game. Like then you have to keep grabbing cards until you're able to play. Which makes games last longer. Because you can both have Uno. And you both suddenly have 15 cards in your hand. After like half a minute. Like it equalizes a lot. But we eventually just thought like, alright, we're gonna ditch that rule because we need to do this quickly. So only grab one card. So we did that. And with like 1 or 2 minutes to spare, I won. It was like tactical Uno. Where just immediately like grab, put on there, just speed and efficiency. Yeah, this seems to still go up. Oh no. It's gonna be painful to pay for. So let me see what kind of Like, what do you guys... Oh, Jim, we have one.
What?
14th of August 2016. Ban, first of all. And report spam, scam, bots, tampering. Scam. Selling views. Information is filled truthful. Block this user. Done. If I were to buy a fire extinguisher and... Yes, that's the shipping address, payment method. Oh, they've already actioned on the report? That was same minute. Jim.
Yes.
Same minute.
Yes.
From report to action. And they found out that it occurred, so they have taken action. So apparently if I report them, shit does happen. But if you report them, nothing happens. And if I use my balance that I have, it's only 58 bucks for a fire extinguisher and an OBD2 scanner. So I can diagnose my own car for any faults. First I have to actually look up if it has one. So let me just look at that. Not a manual. No, I already have the manual. We're slowing down a little bit. Let's accelerate a little bit more. 50. Look, we are currently here, so we're pretty much almost there. Actually, I'm at to leave that a little bit. Let's see. Where is the T? K. L. That's a V. Twingo. Oh, it's with the fuse box. Alright. Also, Jim, I found out my car has been slightly modified.
Oh.
You wanna know how?
Hmm.
A Renault Twingo has on the left side of the steering wheel, so towards like the edge of the car, a little cupboard thing, little, you know, storage compartment. In there, I thought I saw a part, and I was like, what is this? But then I was driving, so I was like, I'm not gonna look at that because I'm currently driving. So when I went to look at it again today, I found out it is a second sort of like car port, you know, that you also use for cigarette lighters. Or phone chargers. Which means that you can just put a second thing in there to charge my phone, or what's probably used for sat nav. Which I already rarely use because I rarely drive to a different place than where we're usually going. Right, but I still have a little thing to ask for chat here.
Another British name.
No, two things,
Oh.
actually.
Oh.
One thing. Do I modify my car, and if so, what do I start with? And second question is, what do I want to call my car? Because I still want to give it a name.
Emmanuel.
It does have there is a mini sombrero in there already.
It is why.
Because just the joke of it, I'm not driving a manual, I'm driving Emmanuel, which does mean that Emmanuel is kind of a fitting name. Also,
and then you add like a I don't know what that's called, but one of those things you hang from your mirror in the shape of Jose Jalapeno on a stick.
no. I do have some of those, but they're all Volkswagen related. I need to slow down. Right now we're just slowing down. Guess I'm thinking of buying like a fire extinguisher OBD2 scanner. And you know, like what other parts would I need actually is the question. Like, do I go for, because adding more power wouldn't be a bad, well, to be honest, it doesn't really need more power. It just needs higher quality stuff to dampen and make it more comfortable. Actually, I might take a look at engine mounts, which I know is sort of a drastic upgrade already, if you think about it. Engine... no, that's oil. I need to look up engine... filter... engine mounts. that's... That's expensive. Wait, these ones need to go to B3S. Yeah, D5 inbound is clean. Last terminal. Like, how many engine mounts does it have? Give the right, left, rear. So it seems my engine has 3 mounts. And if I want to replace them, I sort of have to lift the engine a little bit. Like, it shouldn't be too I'd say it shouldn't be too difficult, but what I basically have to do for that is, first of all, locate the engine mounts, you know, the things that mount the engine. Then sort of lift the engine a little bit, or like slightly relieve the pressure. Remove the mount, install the new one, and then do that for the other things as well. I think I actually want to go right here. Yes, I want to. So if I can remember, it is... Yeah, B3S is right there. It's empty as well. Let's see one review. Because, you know, the engine has a bunch of, like, vibrates a little bit. I guess should... Like, I was doubting about the scanner, basically fearing that if I were to scan my car, I would find out a bunch of things that meant it was gonna get expensive. Did I think... I didn't set the switch. Hold on. Can I sort through... Can I, like, filter price? Yeah, that one I've already written down, that demonstrator. 1 of 6. Switch is right there. Rain has returned. So brakes. Switch. Forward. No. All these cars need to fit on the track and then I can pick it up. Yeah, it's basically just 3 of them. The left front being the most expensive. But yeah, I am gonna take good care of those, of the car. Also, Jim, you missed your opportunity again.
What?
Snoozing the ad.
Oh.
It's gonna clear the loading gauge. Almost clear. Just as long as you can go past it, you're fine. I guess applying the handbrake cause it to skid to a halt. Then the locomotive continues chugging on. Can I apply my own coupon to myself? Is the question. Oh, it is raining. That'll be applied to your first order. Wait, have I? No, I have it went out of the app. Copy. Checkout, payment method ideal. Coupon. Aw. Sad. Why is my speed going up? Meanwhile, that is rolling. I'm gonna quickly run to the station, turn a job in, do the maintenance, maybe do some shunting jobs. I guess if there's the coupon balance that I have gained right now, it would be 58.32. That I'd spend on 2 things and have to wait for it to come in. I mean, I'm gonna get paid in like 9 days, so I guess I should wait for that, at least. Right, so this one can be thrown away. Meanwhile, this one can be turned in with 2 minutes to spare. That's my 21k, my sort of, you know, to make things up, price, and just some money. Let's see, are there any shunting jobs? There are. Load and prepare, unload, store, load and prepare, I guess this one. Pipes for departure is gonna be 10k. Wait a minute, stop the train. Stop the train. I have fuel left to do this job anyway. And it's in slot 7, I want in slot 6. 65. 74. 74. These are connected still. These are connected, and this one is connected. So it's all 74. But it's pipes, right? Does that mean it's this one? Is the 65? Yeah, this one is 65. So, find the locomotive. Pick up that car, roll it back. Has any dumb news happened lately? This is sort of... I found a pretty dumb article already at the top. That a suspect that was caught after the killing of Charlie Kirk isn't cooperating with the police. Like, this person that potentially broke the law isn't cooperating. Which could mean two things in this day and age. One, they are indeed not cooperating, or two, they're trying to falsely accuse him, but I think his family member ratted him out. Like, they saw the $100,000 price tag for his head, or at least for the golden tip, the one that led to him getting caught. But you know. Alright, then we climb aboard again. We enter. We reverse. I did undo the handbrake. And quickly get on board again. Yeah, nothing really happened. Yeah, previously I was basically looking at these because I expected a demonstrator to be there, Then I looked over to there, and then I saw it. Like, there's just one there. And I have it on a piece of paper here. Should I set this one? No, that's not it. Oh, it's right there. So far, I have found the DM3 at the steel mill together with the D2 or D6. I mean, the S060 is at the goods factory, and the S282 is at City West. That means some of it's there. Oh, another bit is right there. Train, come here. I need you to stop. Guess I need to move forward again. Well, we're connected already. So all I have to do is this. Connected, let the air go through. Climb aboard again. And reverse back out of there after wiping once again. Brake. Shove it into forward. Doing that. Do the wipers once more. Yeah. Oh, I should probably... Do I set the switch already? There are cars in front, but I guess I could just pull them out, shove it into D2 outbound and be done. Oh, great. There's just an extra job here. Hmm. Yeah, I do miss the dash. It has to be a fake article. Jim. College students in their 20s rent yacht with gambling winnings and sinks it after being overloaded with hookers.
Okay.
It has to be fake, right? Let me check the comments. The comments are just full of comments like boats and hoes. Suffering from success. Maybe it's just money. Yeah, here we go. There we go. It's fake because. Yeah, apparently, like somebody said, sadly, while amusing, this was from a satire site called Their News in 2018. Somebody else said it happened back in May, and it appears it was a boat full of female influence. No hookers were involved. Yeah, probably fake news. Although it does sound entertaining. You know, some boats can take a lot of people and some can't. It's all dependent on design, capacity, other factors, such as life-saving equipment. If you think about it, you need to be able to save yourself and others. Now we're pushing it. No. I look away for 1 second. That's the second I need to connect. Move forward a little bit. Just connect here. And no, connect. Yes. And tighten up. Then I connect those two, tighten them up, bring them, then turn in the job, so I only have to store it somewhere. There we go. Oh, handbrake, of course. I'm also potentially looking into playing this with mods, but I think I might wait till version 100. Am I clear for the switch? Not at all. Alright, I need to clear that switch, shove it in there. Right, now brake. So I have a dumb idea. Which can be executed either really good and allow for extra simplicity, or it will end badly and I'm gonna have to do a lot of annoying stuff. So we're going to disconnect this one. Then we're going to give it a nudge to try and get it into the second, like the 2 outbound. Then once we have a little bit of speed, I'm going to brake, put some distance in between me and the other bit. Forward power. And brake again. There we go. That's gonna roll neatly into there. Then we're gonna do the exact same thing. Like that one will stop automatically if it bumps against that. Right, we can now change this switch back to normal. Then we can push this in. Then brake and keep some distance. Right, off the brake, on the throttle. Then we brake again. And then we move forward as well. It has cleared the switch, so we switch. I do have to keep the speed a little bit low. I need to keep my speed a little bit low. Right, so come on, get out of there. So while I'm rolling this way, this little piece is now fully stopped where it used to be, and I get to deliver this one and then turn that in. I'm gonna quite some speed. Did that do any damage? No, it didn't. Right, we're now fully connected, so we're gonna roll all the way back. And then go into the loading track, turn the job in, or at least start the job. I know it seems a bit weird to do it this way. Like you already prepare the 3 cars and then you decide to leave. But there's a good reason for that. Very good reason even. Doing 15, because once you start a job, the timer starts running on trying to get that job turned in with all the requirements met. So what I do is, in order to save or to make sure that you get the bonus, is I simply just start the job once I've collected all the cars. So you can basically look at the cars with ease, you know, no pressure. And then you can collect them on the loading track, turn the job in, it basically says, alright, drop it off here, you drop it off there, and then you're done. Also, the reason I have my engine off is to save on fuel. Because earlier this stream I had a struggle with a heavy load and then a rain which ruined everything. And so my sand is almost empty. I had to abandon half of my load just for that. Which I didn't really want to do, but I was forced to, so yeah. Might want to speed up a little bit. I'll give it a little burst of speed again. I have this little squiggle in the track here. We. Like, you just see the entire train doing a little dance there. Let's hope this will suffice. What? Wait. Seriously? I have to maintain my locomotive first in order to... Please stand by while I do maintenance on my locomotive, because apparently I don't have... I use so many resources that I can't even accept a job because of it. It is kind of annoying actually, but I'm gonna have to deal with it anyway. Right, I have a total of 66,000. Like, that's the neat part, the job hasn't started yet. Those are probably the wheels that are absolutely shot because the wheel slipped. Now we're moving slow enough to actually... Yeah, the mechanical part and the wheels are actually a little bit damaged. Right, quick pit stop. How much will this cost me? 12k in sand, 12k in fuel. That's 14, 15, 16. 24 grand. This is really annoying. Like, like I was in too much debt, and then they don't let you accept the job anymore to make money. So technically you can lock yourself if you're in too much debt that you can't afford a job, to pay for your locomotive. If you can't fix your locomotive, I think that's the only condition that you can actually get yourself stuck in. Just a loop of I can't get a next job to make more money to be allowed to take a job. Also, for notes at today, felt my car keys and called them light, as in a little weight. And I think I might know why. Because as we all know, all cars come with like central locking. Mine doesn't. Meaning every door, let it be the passenger side, the driver side, or the trunk, has its own lock. So if I open up the trunk, I have to unlock it and lock it again. If I unlock the driver's side door, I'm gonna have to lock it as well. Basically, every door that has been opened or somebody has gotten out of needs to be locked again, so nobody leaves with my car. I feel like with all those cars around, if you just start opening all those doors, right? D7 outbound. If you just let's just start opening a bunch of random car doors, I'm sure one of them will open. Like I'm sure somebody will leave their car unlocked. Like forget to lock it and you could just sit in a car. Although it's likely that alarms might go off. So once again, don't try that at home. Alright, 7 outbound. Coming from the north here, so I want to put this that way and then... Yep, perfect. Alright, let's accelerate a little bit. Let's just save up some money for the DE6. Or for the S282, although Steam is a little bit more difficult to do. Because it's Steam, and you have to regulate the fire yourself, regulate the water. your speed, everything is manual. Alright, where's the switch? Where are you? Or I basically go full circle on this. Ooh, just in time. Because that job is there, and this job has to struggle. Awesome. Well, I don't think it has to struggle. I think it perfectly fits on there. Problem is stopping. I guess I can do that right now. Handbrake, train is off. Perfect. That is that job completed. So what was this, like 10? Yeah, which is 15k, which leaves me with 56. I'm gonna deafen myself on Discord because I'm gonna press buttons. Because yes, if I get the camera to go up a little bit, I'm gonna be ending it here soon because I'm getting really tired and have to wake up early tomorrow to actually, you know, go to work. So if you like what you saw and want to see more of it, make sure to let me know through any channel possible. Let it be a view, a like, a comment, a follow, a subscribe. Any feedback is welcome. Yeah, next stream is Stormworks on no, not Stormworks, because it's Sunday, which was actually Wednesday stream that I moved to Sunday. So now it's actually, you know, gonna be Wednesday. It's gonna probably be more Derail Valley. And after that, it's gonna be Stormworks again on Sunday. So yeah, I wish everybody a very pleasant evening, night, morning, or afternoon. And for me, goodbye.